with Madonna at the mansion on the hill. Wake up with our gorgeous Queen Madonna. Good morning to you.
Thank you, and welcome to Mornings with Madonna on Throwback Thursday, where we hear the memories of Olivia, the little girl who grew up in this mansion starting in 1906. We know you are going to like this episode, so you might as well push like right now. Oh, thank you. Today, Olivia is going to tell us about the monumental renovation her father, Eugene Carpenter, contracted on this mansion before his family moved in the fall of 1906. The architect, of course, is none other than Edwin Hewitt.
Grandma, I know that this is the most important discussion on the renovation of the mansion, but it doesn't seem like Olivia gives Edwin Hewitt much credit for it ending up being a Georgian-style mansion.
Well, that's kind of true, Cliffy Pooh. She hedges her description of the new mansion as Georgian. The AIA calls it a Georgian variation of colonial revival, which is basically saying Georgian revival. But in defense of Edwin Hewitt, it is a remarkable example of Georgian revival, and not only because of what he started with. Two aspects are crucial. One is the symmetry of having 5 openings over 5 openings, and also the ubiquitous use of Greek proportions. It is clearly a Georgian revival house, but let's let Olivia tell it.
Well, I think he was attempting to take a Victorian German Gothic house and make it commodious and regular. And while this is so far away from the real Georgian or the Palladian, still the spacing of the windows to door, the spacing of the dormers, all of that, you can see what his model was, what he was, what he thought he could do with this extraordinary core that he had to revamp. And I think that he certainly, if you look at that first picture and look at the way the windows were, well, you remember he changed the windows. So I said that I didn't think the windows would change. They had, though, of course, you can see. But you can see that that's as regular as any Georgian plan, colonial plan that you'd find anywhere.
Grandma, at the end of the clip, she seems to admit that at least the facade is very Georgian.
Yes, Cliffy Pooh. Now let's look at the old house and see what they had to change to make this happen. In the interview, Olivia is referring to 3 different pictures and flipping between them, so I'll try to flip through them also to keep up.
Well, you see, this is the picture taken straight on, and you can see what they took off in order to put on the side porch here. See, they took a certain amount off, though of course there always was the drive down to the stable, and there always was the side entrance. But this is basically the front. You've got the door here, and you've got the windows in those 2 rooms, the library here and the end of the living room here. And you have, but all of this fancy business here came off, and the windows were made straight fenestration all the way along. Mm-hmm. You see what they took off, and see what they took off in the roof line.
Okay, they're actually taking that off. I see.
Yes. Oh yes.
So we
In order to in
The
order
front
to
of the home is
in
recessed.
order to make it a proper, well, I don't know what you would call it. You're turning from a Victorian thing here to a more or less a pseudo Georgian thing here. At least the regular spacing of the windows is as different as possible from your Victorian one.
It is really quite wonderful to hear the recollections of an 80-year-old commenting on a mansion she moved into when she was 9 years old. She walked through that Victorian mansion and remembers it as well. So thank you for listening. Please do share this video. Cliffy, you've been a big help. Go in my purse, get $1 and treat yourself. Thank you all for watching. We will see you tomorrow for a wonderful Floor Plan Friday, where we of course talk more about Edwin Hewitt on Mornings with Madonna.
Mornings with Madonna is 300 days with the 300 ways to see 300 Clifton.